Okay, so this is just a very quick video that I've snuck in between the lantern builds. Sorry if that's what you're expecting, but that'll be coming up very soon. I'm going to put the next part up probably on Christmas Eve. But this one is just a very topical, quick build, but I wanted to put it up so that I had the opportunity to thank you all very much for your support this year. Even though I haven't put up many videos with this blasted hand business, but you've all stayed there, you've all supported me. I've had lots of kind words and I really appreciate it. I read all your comments. I may not reply to all of them, but trust me, I read them all. So I just want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2017. So from Millie and myself, let's get on with the next one. Okay, so I've had a look around the lin bins and the drawers and things, and I've come up with a few bits and pieces for this very quick industrial nutcracker. This is about a half-inch nut, inch and a half nut. I think it's inch and a half across there, roughly. Have a little look. Yeah, it's about inch and a half, that would have been. And this half-inch Allen-headed set screw, which is a BSF. And then also a little bit of 6mm stainless, just because I had it lying about. So I've had a look through my bin of rusty taps, and I managed to find a couple of half decent half-inch BSF. There's a taper and a plug. I'll probably only need the taper. First of all, I just want to cross corner this and find the centre so we can mark where it's got to be drilled. So simply from one corner to the other, both ways. Then centre punch it. Now I can't see a centre punch anywhere. I'm going to have to quickly stop and see if I can find one, because I just can't lay my hands on it. Right, I've had the bench upside down, the workshop upside down, and I can't find my proper centre punch, so I'm going to have to use this automatic thing, which I don't like very much, but it's okay for sheet metal, but not very good for this sort of thing. And I'm going to do the same in this, so that I can push that through, drill and push it through, rather than weld it on top. I'm just going to push it through, hopefully tight, so that it's not going to drop out. So I'm just going to try and get it on the flat, or one of the flats, so that it goes through sort of reasonably square. Yeah, I'm really struggling to... blasted hand. I can't hold this... Do you know, I just can't hold this bolt. How stupid is that? I've just got no strength and coordination in this hand anymore. It's so frustrating. Right, I think that's got it. Alright, do a couple of good pops, because this is quite a hard thing. Let's get over to the drill, see if we can drill them. Right, I've got my little pilot drill set up. I think it's I don't know if it's 8th or 532 or something along those lines. So we'll get this nut in this little hand vise. I'll tell you what, this little hand vise has been so useful over the years. I've had it for forever and I don't know where it came from. I use it all the time. It's so useful. I'm just going to try and find the centre dot. There we go. Bit of jollop. Don't need a lot. It's not actually very thick, this. I don't think it's anything special, this nut. It's cutting like it's nothing special. It's going through a treat, but I didn't slow down when I got to the threads and it's caught up and pulled out. You've got to be careful when you're cutting into an odd shape like a thread. You've got to go really slowly when you get towards the threads, which obviously I didn't. Never mind. Right, this is I think it's 11.1mm, which is about 7/16, which is tapping size for 1/2 inch BSF. Bit more jollop. Slow it down now. This time try and go slowly as you get to the threads. Not slowly enough. Never mind. Back it off. Tighten her up again. Do all three sides. I don't know if it actually makes a difference. Some people say it does. Get it going the right way. And just gently touch, there we go, through the threads. And the other beauty with these threads in the nut, they actually will hold the nut in place when you're trying to crack it. There you go. It's sort of like its own little, I don't know, grip method, you know, so it's quite a good idea. Just put the pilot back in for this set screw. Now, getting it positioned in here level is going to be a bit tricky, although it's got a groove right through the middle for holding round. It's had a lot of abuse over its life, this little hand vise. I don't know, not necessarily by me, but it's a little bit chewed up, so getting it to hold it square and tight might be a bit tricky, but I think I've got it. Oh, going slow, get it up on the fast speed again. Try and line it up with the tiny little centre dot that automatic centre punch puts in. So it's ideal for sheet metal, but not particularly good on proper metal. A bit more Jossop. Now this set screw is something a little bit hard, I think. You can feel the difference and it's sort of squealing a little bit. But we'll get through it. It's probably an HT. Probably a 12 point, whatever they are. Now I had to go and find the 6mm drill because I didn't bring it over with me and I couldn't remember what I'd done with it. So there it is. Now this is 6mm spot on because the bar is 6mm spot on, and I hope that this drill's proper size and not oversized like some drills can do if they haven't been sharpened properly, because I want the bar to go through as a tight fit so we don't have to do any welding or anything. You can hear that's, well, probably you might not be able to, that is a bit hard. And I also think it's just catching the top of the bolt or the set screw inside, so I'm hoping it's not going to go too off centre. Anyway, it's through and we'll see how it goes. Well, that goes in it anyway, and I think it's, as I say, it is a little bit off centre, so that might just tighten it up when it goes through the other side. Let's see if we can get it in. Alright, it goes through that side pretty easy. As I say, it's a little bit off centre, so give it a tap and that's going to be nice and interference fit, I think they call that. I'm having to hit that quite hard, so that ain't going to fall out in a hurry. That's going to be pretty nice. Bit more. And that looks pretty good to me. Almost central. Get the tape measure on it, have a little look. See what we got. 34mm that side. And bugger me, 34mm that side. That'll do. Yep, that's fine. Pleased with that, that'll do. Let's now see if we can tap the nut. I'm just going to stick that in there. I'll try and level it up as best I can, just by eye. Put some more Jossop on there. and this is really good stuff. This well, all these cutting compounds. This one's CT90, but there's loads of them about, and they all make such a difference. You don't just notice it because things last longer. You can actually feel it. It cuts smoother. The thread, if you're cutting a thread, the thread seems to be smoother. You know, there's not any jagged edges on the thread. Hacksawing, drilling, anything. It just, don't know what's in it, but it really does help. So I'd advise anyone to start using it if they're not. And it's not expensive, and it lasts a hell of a long while. This one's like a liquid, but I had a sort of a paste before. But they were both CT90. But as I say, one was a paste, one was a liquid. Just depends, I suppose, what you're doing most of. And I managed to get 2 pots of liquid fairly cheaply, although the plastic pot that it came in broke, which is why I put it in a oil can. Anyway, let's have a look, see if the thread fits. I don't want it to be too tight, so I'm hoping this is cut nicely. Oh yeah, lovely. Oh yeah, pleased with that. Look at that pucker. And that is just about it, really. It's a very, very quick build, this. So let's go and take a look at it in the daylight, and then we'll get it cleaned up. Right, so there it is, and it literally is a 20-minute build. I've hardly cut anything out of this video, and there you go, it runs nicely. The only thing I might regret, I'm going to clean it up because it's red rusty, as you can see, get the sander on it, but as I say, the only thing I might regret is not putting a washer on the inside there, just on the end, just to increase the surface area. But I haven't got a lot of time. I wanted it to be a quick build, so let's get it cleaned up, and as if by magic, there we go, that's just wire brushed up. I'm going to quickly lacquer it just so it doesn't go rusty again, which it shouldn't do at home anyway. But there you go, 20-minute quick build. Hopefully, oh bugger this hand, I'm going to have to clean it up again now, take the damage off from dropping it. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so we've got it home. It's all lacquered, so the light in here is not all that brilliant, but it's, you can see, probably see, it's nice and shiny. Let's see if it works. Let's see what we've got. Let's try good old hazelnut. With this fine thread, it takes quite a bit of turning, but yeah, it's broken it. See what else we can try. Can't figure out where to put this so you can see it better. Try one of these damned almonds, they're always a pain. They're such a thick. See if that's done that. Yep. They've got about half a dozen skins, these things, haven't they? But you can see it, I don't know if you can see, it has cracked it right the way through. It's just a question of, give it a bit more. I think actually it probably would have been better if I had put, there we go, so it sort of works. This is my original one. This is one that we fight over. Now this I found in a dump, refuse tip, many years ago when I was at school. It didn't have a top on it. As you can see, I've put a little dome nut on it, and again a bit of stainless right the way through the whole lot to hold it all together. I don't even know if it was originally a nutcracker, but it works a treat as one. And so I just wonder if it would have been better putting this on. And this one, you can just see, hang on, is just screwed in, threaded in the end, and it's loose, so that the thread's obviously bottomed out, so it just moves. So if I had a bit more time, I probably would have done similar on this. It should be fairly easy, just drill into the end, thread it, probably, I don't know, what's that, that's a 12mm, so you could easily get a 6mm in there, probably do with a 5mm, and then just put a domed washer on the end. I think that might have made life a little bit easier, just spreads the load a bit more, cracks them a bit easier I think. Anyway, get rid of that one, that's the one we're looking at. Thanks for watching.